every man becomes neurodivergent when it comes to hitting on a woman. All of them. If this wasn't caught on camera, do you think Mang0 would still be invited to these types of events? I feel like he probably would be because, again, I don't think the women would complain that much. Connor eats pants. Have I ever talked to him before or we were interacted before? I remember this guy saying shit about you on Twitter before. What did he say? Link me.
I think we'll just have to see how things go. I think you guys understand how I feel about it. There's no defending what Mang0 did or anything like that. But at the same time, I think there is like a bit of a, witch hunt mentality of people trying to pile on and make things worse for them than it maybe needs to be. But it sucks. What happened? I was just Mang0 got too drunk at Vireo and did Mang0 stuff that, was, there's no other way to put it. It was pretty much sexual harassment, whether or not the intent was,
He left the Carson orbit for Hassan? Did Hassan have an opinion on calling me Carson?
2 good rules of thumb. Don't fucking demand or request or literally do anything. Don't sext with 17-year-olds if you're over the age of 18.
I think he was doing that with everybody, but obviously it has a different... You get what I mean. I don't want to talk about it too much. Obviously, it's worse when it's around women and stuff that are visibly uncomfortable, especially when it's on stream. And they don't want to have that up with them on stream and stuff.
While searching for my words and I tried to maintain a positive tone for stream, it sounds like me trying to downplay it. It is sexual harassment. It is totally inexcusable. When I said Mang0 doing Mang0 stuff, that was meant to be referring to his typical drunk antics. It's one thing when it's around his buddies who are used to it, and another when it's around women clearly made uncomfortable by it, unquestionably by definition. It is sexual harassment. It's different when it's on stream comment I make towards the end is me attempting to articulate how the situation sucks even more than it otherwise would be for the women involved, since their experience is now a clip to be shared, reposted, re-experienced. It's been a lot of process. How old is Mang0? 33. Do you think that Mang0 getting let go from Cloud9 was too far or justified? It's a hard one. I am a big fan of harassing women. Just kidding. Quote me in the next court docs. Obviously, I don't think people's careers should be destroyed for mistakes. I feel like that's going really far. My position has always been that. The only thing about the thing that sucks, or the thing that is harder for the Mang0 thing, though, is, and I would have to look up the history of this, is what I've seen said over and over again, is that Mang0 has had issues drinking over and over and over and over again. I'm waiting to see if that's true or not.
See, we're not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mang0.
Is there, another question I have is like, is Mang0 friends with either of these people, or?
Go on the other hand. No. He's humping toes. No.
End the stream. End it.
End the stream, Mang0 says.
End the stream.
The issue that I have here is that the only thing I don't like about this, and I guess this doesn't maybe necessarily say anything to would punish me to whatever. It's just a random thing to be aware of. Okay, hold on, let me.
We're not
Careful. Okay, alert. Okay, very rare progressive moment that we're going back to being in a cell because fuck women. Okay, but the thing that is very frustrating about stuff like this is guys could never do this to other men who are strangers, because a guy will just kick your ass or will, or shove you off or whatever, because you'll say, this is some gay shit, bro. What the fuck? What's wrong with you, right? Unless it's a white guy, and they'll be like, because we like to do that when we're drunk with each other. But because it's women, they can't be physically aggressive with them. But it's also like there's like the Goldilocks zone of male sexual harassment on women, where it's clearly past what you would ever do with another man, but it's not quite to the point to where the woman can complain and not be like labeled as a hysterical cunt. And in this Goldilocks zone, men can basically infinitely sexually harass women, and they kind of just have to like laugh and deal with it. And it's like very frustrating and annoying to see. So like there's nothing, like, what are they going to do? Because from their perspective, are you going to go and complain like, hey, somebody needs to throw this guy out? Well, now everybody's going to attack you, and you're going to feel like you're ruining the party. You're going to feel like and like, obviously you're not going to like push him off or touch him in any way, because that in some ways almost like feeds into it. So yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, when people are drinking, as soon as clothes start coming off, it's probably time to either go to a room and fuck somebody, or cut the cameras and then chill, or start smoking weed, or go home or whatever. Because like, I feel like nothing good happens past that point. Like, nobody's like, do you remember when it got super lit last night when everybody started getting naked, and then it got real fun? Usually that's when the unhinged stupid shit starts. But yeah. Spineless wigs should be held accountable for inviting his friend he knows has a drinking problem and leaving him unaccounted for. No? Well, I mean, like, I don't know how much Ludwig was aware of this, or I have no idea.
Are you trying to no, point down.
Destiny, as a woman, you can tell a dude to fuck off for being annoying. You don't have to freak out and be about it. Well, the problem is any way you tell a guy to go away, you're always going to be a cunt. Do you understand the issue there? Because if you tell a guy gently to fuck off, then it's going to look at as you being like teasing or playful, right? Like, oh, come on, like, I don't really like that. And the guy's gonna be like, oh, she wanted me to fucking put her down right now. Like, look at how she's giggling. And then if you get more firm, then you go from being a tease to a massive that's ruining the vibes and party for everybody, right? If you're like, hey, please, I don't like that. Like, can you get away? Like, oh, Jesus, what's wrong with you? We're just like messing around, you know? It is a very uncomfortable world to be in because the male response would be to be the, but like you're not accused of anything at that point because it's gay shit, you know?
No, point down. What?
Emily's chat.
You trying to be photographed or no? Man.
Mango's humping Emily.
I'm not.
That's okay. Okay, I'm ready to play.
No, I get it.
That's all conflict. If you go from 0 to 100, you always look crazy. Yeah, but what I'm telling you is that for women, if you're not at 100, then it's viewed as being like a maybe. That's the issue. This is why, like, when girls are like, oh, like, I don't know how to let this guy down or whatever, like, my advice, you just ghost him. You don't ever let a guy down gently. There's literally no point in doing this because letting a guy gently down will always be seen to the guy as like, oh, there's still a chance. Like, oh, I can still push, or like, oh, she's just kind of like being shy or whatever. Like, it's just, I think you should just always, it's yeah, yes, but like my advice to women is like, you just ghost a guy. Why would you ever try to let a guy down gently? You either let him down brutally, in which case he thinks you're a, but who cares? Or you just ghost him and don't talk to him anymore and let him figure shit out.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Emily, stop it.
You're doing great, Mango. Very impressive. Nice move.
It's just annoying to see women sitting around passively, waiting for a dude to step in to save them. Well, this is part of our responsibility in taking care of the women in our lives. I mean, like, what do you, listen, if it's 2045 and we've figured out all gender roles and everything is equal and we don't have anything, then sure. But I mean, at this point, I think you kind of need a guy to step in and be like, hey, bro, this is not cool. Time to slow the fuck down. I feel like there has to be something to be said about the environment not checking him at all, and Mang0 seeing that as a notion that he's not crossing lines. Yeah, I mean, some friend probably should have stepped in and said something, but I didn't watch the full stream. I don't know what the party vibes were like, or if anybody was watching. It looks like somebody was holding on to him here. I don't know what's going on here.
That's okay.
I don't know who that guy is.
Okay, I'm ready to play.
No, I get it.
But it seems like he realized he was a little bit too much.
Mango's humping
But then he walks away, so I don't know.
Are you karaoke?
We're doing it here.
Here.
Well, apparently everyone's just trying to run it here because we got drinks and it's easy to say like.
I'm down.
Emily?
Hi, Mango.
What are you pulling her hair? Want to beat the chick out.
Also, dude, oh my God, really? Like, again, well, I don't know. Maybe he was doing this to everybody, in which case I would feel differently about it. Remember, hold on, just don't let me confuse you guys, okay? Remember, okay? We hate women here. Don't ever forget it, okay? Internalize that, okay?
What are you pulling her hair?
It's the problem is that I guess if you're a bi guy, you might understand. As a man, it's very hard to understand what it feels like when, if you're a woman and a guy just like starts putting his hands on you. It is such an unbelievably unsettling, uncomfortable feeling. This is why if you are flirting with a girl, if she's like laughing or touching you, it's like such a huge key that you're doing a really great job, right? Because initiating physical contact with a guy, it requires a woman to overcome like a whole bunch of different psychological hurdles on the path to busting a nut, okay? As a guy, to just like jump over all of that, especially like grabbing somebody's hair and stuff, it's just like, it's a lot. It's a very, very, very uncomfortable thing. You can try to blame Emily and say like, oh, she's like laughing along and all that, but a woman will always do that. I don't know how else to explain that. Like, you can't, for whatever reason, I don't know how much of it is biology versus environmental. Like, most women are just conditioned to be very agreeable. Women's personalities tend to fall more on the agreeable spectrum. And then women are physically a lot smaller and everything else. And then all of the social roles and expectations for women to be agreeable and all of that too. Like, it's just, you can push a woman into a lot of stuff that she's super uncomfortable with. And she's not going to generally put up a hard no or a hard boundary. This is how I think a lot of like casual, like date stuff works. But it's a very, very rude, a very awkward spot to put a woman into, I think.
What are you pulling her hair? I want to beat this bitch up. Don't beat her ass up, bro.
Amazing.
I won't let him beat you up.
Thank you, Lud. That was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you for competing.
I did ask.
What's your final placing?
I got second in the worst cup.
In the silver cup?
Green red shells.
That's not bad.
What the hell is that?
That's not bad.
Right?
Borderline.
Is there an element of that related to being on camera too? In my opinion, no, I don't think so, actually. I think it's the exact same. Like if a girl, I hate that fight, flight, freeze bullshit because 99% of Twitter are autistic fucking retards meme all this shit. But there is like, I don't know how to explain this. If you're playing with a girl physically and she is into it, right? Like they're at a part here, if you're like touching her hair, like she's gonna like reach up and like touch your hand or something, or she's gonna like reach back and grab you. But there's like this feeling, or there's this like social response where a guy is messing with a girl, the girl is clearly not into it, and she's talking to friends, and all the girl will do at that point is she's gonna sit there and she's gonna stare at her friends and she's gonna try to carry on that conversation as much as possible while trying to ignore the dude in the background. And this is the like, please God, let this guy leave me the fuck alone. Please God, let this guy leave me the fuck alone. Please go the fuck away. And here it looks like she's focused on streamer Ludwig, but this exact same thing will happen off camera in social situations as well. Girls do this to me a ton when I'm trying to yank their hair, and then I just see them ignoring me completely. And I'm just kidding. Don't clip it. I'm just kidding. Don't.
That was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you for competing.
I did ask.
What's your final placing?
I got second in the worst cup.
In the silver cup?
Green red shells.
That's not bad.
What the hell is that?
That's not bad.
Right?
Borderlands sponsor actually good?
What?
Was that Borderlands sponsor good?
It was fun. I was loving it. I love Borderlands 4. But this was the best day ever. 10-hour stream.
Woman's hair, it's voluminous.
Voluminous.
She only watched that shit once a month.
Like, I think Ludwig is trying to get in between this, but I don't think Ludwig understands. And again, for most guys, I don't think most guys understand. I think most guys just don't understand how insanely fucking uncomfortable this position is.
Yes, I
To be in for a woman, because like it kind of looks like, if you're just looking at this and you're evaluating this from just a purely male perspective, it looks like she's not bothered by this very much at all. It's just kind of like whatever, and she's like chatting, and it's, you know, who cares, and she's like laughing, like it's not that big of a deal. But I mean, I'm not speaking for Emily. I don't know. Maybe Emily would come out and be like, oh, actually, no, I didn't care about this at all. He's totally wrong. But in my personal opinion, like a girl in this situation is like, it's just like, please God, let this guy go away. Please God, let this guy go away. Please God, let this guy go the fuck away. And you just like try to talk to somebody and ignore it until eventually they get bored or move on. You don't want to give them any attention. You don't want to say or do anything or start any shit or whatever. And you're just like, please God, get the fuck away from me. And it looks like even this here is like the ultimate, like he's messing with her and she like reaches up to just like adjust it, where he's like, I guess moved it for, it's just like, oof. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's really awkward. But then also, from the guy's perspective, I think guys just don't think about this because you would imagine, well, I guess if she doesn't like it, she'd say something or do something, because we all evaluate things from our own perspective always. Men probably a little bit more from women. But women do it too. Women are also autistic, just in other ways.
Yes, I am.
Turns out we're staying here.
Okay.
We're gonna do karaoke on this TV over here.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'll end soon. Thank you. Okay.
I guess the responsibility here would either be for a guy to kind of step in and be like, hey, we need to like get this guy to chill out, or for a girl's girl. I guess it would have to be cutie or somebody in the circumstances to tell a guy like, hey, can you get like Mang0 to go chill or something? There is even more. What?
You're gonna give me a full shot? That's fine.
Is it like good? Like we have something or no?
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
You need the monologue.
Mang0,
Mang0,
what are you doing? Dude, Mang0 is a
You have any Jaeger bomb, right?
no.
What's my birthday?
April.
No.
Mang0 was just humping the shit.
You gotta have a Jaeger.
What is he doing?
He's just humping shit.
Mang0?
You're having one.
Huh?
Jaeger bomb?
Oh, fucking.
The Jaeger bomb.
Not. What is, bro? Mang0, give Mang0 water.
Wow, she used her words and he went away crazy, but not really. Not really. It doesn't always work out that way. Also, I don't even think he got the message here, because remember, when a person is really nervous, oftentimes they communicate with like nervous laughter or expression, which is kind of what she's doing. Remember when I said like one of the biggest irritations of parents when they're disciplining kids is to laugh at a kid while they're disciplining them? So you have like a 2 or 3 year old that like smacks their sibling. You're like, oh, stop that. They're not going to hear the words. They're going to hear the expression. They're going to think it's cute and funny. For guys that are stepping over boundaries, when a woman is like, stop, like that's what it sounds like. Stop, like, oh my God. Like in order, and again, this is why I just tell women to ghost dudes. In order to get a dude to actually stop, you have to be like, hey, seriously, fuck off. Like, I don't like that and I don't appreciate it. You need to fucking stop. And but then that's scary for a whole other bunch of reasons. But that's true. That's what you have to do as a woman, because otherwise, if you just laugh along, like, a guy's always going to see it as like being kind of like flirty and playful, right? Because I don't think he got the message here. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he'll do it again.
I gave him the beer. Yeah, let him know.
Like, he's still doing it in the background. Like, it's not, he didn't f off at all. So whoever was like, wow, she used her words and he stopped. He didn't. So
Dude,
Can we zoom in on that?
Sam is the worst person.
No, I've seen Mango 10 times over this. That's right. That is
Oh yeah,
true.
he hasn't.
That is
peaked yet.
pretty true.
This isn't Pete.
No. This is like stage 2.
Honestly, this is sober.
He's not fighting anyone.
He's trying to fight me.
Now it's different.
That's fair.
I feel like these guys are kind of giving him a pass too, which isn't the best. True, this is just the Gillette ad. Actually, true. This is the Gillette ad in person. Oh no.
Is this the best a man can get?
Not cool. Not cool.
But I mean, I guess it's to be favorable to the guys. Like, I don't think the men realize, because a guy looking at a woman in this situation, well, this is exactly the problem, right? They won't realize that the woman is actually super uncomfortable. So, what is this? 1 month ago.
Yeah, I'm asking you to leave. I'm respectfully asking you to go to another table.
If you want to like speak with you guys, like.
There are plenty of tables. Like, there's that one over there that you.
You need to clarify, because people are probably citing your takes on like 5 seconds before penetration. Voicing no would help there 100%, and it avoids a terrible situation where large social gatherings of people, even men, don't want to look like dicks. Oh no, I think voicing no is always good. I think in these situations, I think women should be, but that's easy for me to say because 1, I'm attracted to crazy personalities. And 2, I think that people that would view women as in those circumstances are fucking losers, so fuck them. But I mean, like, if you're a woman, if you've got a diverse group of friends, or if you're in an ordinary group of guys or whatever, you don't want to be seen as like the. I think that's a good demeanor to have. I think people should view that way. If you fuck with them, then they're going to be a fucking bitch to you. I think that's fine. Fuck it. But a lot of people just don't want that reputation or don't want to deal with a friend group fallout or anything like that.
You guys can go to.
But yeah, in interpersonal sexual situations, obviously you should always, but you should always stand tall to whatever your boundaries are. But I mean, if you've been conditioned socially to never, put up any resistance, it's going to be really, really, really hard to do it right at the end.
Because I'm not. Go away. True. Go. Begging on my knees. Go. It's just like it's our table. It's just weird for you to just sit down with us. Like, go to the table where there's no people. Right there. You see that, guys? There's no one over there. You should go sit there. I think you should go sit there. Look, it's crying. It has no people at its table. You guys need to go over there.
My brother likes your friend.
That's good. We are both in relationships, and I'd love if you'd leave.
My friend.
Go away, please. Go. Do you want me to spill your Guinness on you? Because I will. Go away. I'm asking you to fucking leave. Go. I guess we'll go then. You want our table? We'll fucking go. Go. Leave. I'm asking you to fucking leave. Go. Get away.
To be fair, they both look severely neurodivergent. Every man becomes neurodivergent when it comes to hitting on a woman. All of them. Like, this is just like insanely unhinged. It's just there's no respect. Like, women have no personal space, basically. Oh my God. Are there VODs of me and Melina at the, were we in Germany? What spa did we go to? Where I went to, like, I don't know if I was in the shower or I hadn't gotten in the spa yet, but there was some guy that would just fucking follow her from like pool to pool. Like, if she would get out and go somewhere else, the guy would just get up and follow her. And it was so unbelievably fucking crazy creepy. The dude staring at her from a distance. No. We were at some spa or something. I don't remember what country we were in, but it was like, bro, I think you posted a video on Twitter or something. Jesus Christ.
Witch! Go!
Most actual autistic men are very self-conscious about accidentally making women uncomfortable. Well, actually, probably true. I shouldn't call these guys autistic. These guys aren't autistic. These guys are just, oh God, we're using so much feminist speak right now. I think men feel very entitled sometimes to women's attention or time, or they feel very entitled to women's space in a way that they never would around another man, right? Like, if you sat down at a guy's table and he was like, get the fuck up, like, the fuck are you doing here? Then you know that if you stay, you're fighting, or you get up and you leave. Like, that, those are the only two options. But for women, you can basically just do whatever the fuck you want because they're fucking women. Ugh, I think it's super gross. But who cares? You know what? Okay. All right. Back to hating women. Oh, no. No. You can't link this video and not have, like, the minute buildup or whatever. Wait, does this include it? Oh, no, wait. This does include it. Never mind. Just kidding. I fucked up. My bad.
hoping that he's a really great kisser for sure, because
Wait, this video.
I really have tried everything with dating. I've dated online, I've hosted singles events, I've approached.
There's a difference between private and public rejection of men. Violence is less likely in a public space. In my personal opinion, violence is always incredibly rare, whether it's private or public. Most guys just have no respect for women's space. But like most guys aren't going to full on rape a woman who's like, get the fuck out or no. Like most guys are like, I'm gonna hold you down, I'm gonna rape you. Generally, I think skeevy guys are generally just relying on the woman to be agreeable and you just kind of go along with it. And I think that's how a lot of, I don't know if you call it date or bad sex or regretful hookups or whatever happen, is that generally once a woman is in a certain position, she's just gonna kind of like go along with it, or even if she doesn't really want to.
Everything with dating. I've dated online, I've hosted singles events, I've approached strangers in random places. So I'm ready to try love at first kiss, and maybe this will be the magic I'm looking for.
I think I am definitely more confident this time because I've already had that first kiss out of the way. I think my strategy is just go for the kiss. Maybe I'll be able to like slip tongue, and then from
This guy. Destiny, that's not entitlement though. That's just a lack of respect / fear. I mean, I'd say it's one, those are two sides of the same coin.
From there, things take off, and who knows, maybe she's my first girlfriend.
I think it would be good for you to have a girl to talk about these things with you. Like H3 has Olivia. She's been super good for their show. No offense, and I love women, but women having these conversations is some of the most autistic shit I've ever heard in my entire life. Just in the very little I've seen women give advice on the internet to other women, women online who are super progressive seem like machine manufacturers, where they give you the optimal advice to constantly and consistently get raped over and over and over again. So I don't know. I'm good on that. You can trust me or you don't have to trust me. So it is what it is. I'm in court for being a rapist right now, so good luck.
And then from there, things take off, and who knows, maybe she's my first girlfriend.
First girlfriend coming up.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's your name?
Emily.
I'm Josh.
Hi.
Can I kiss you?
Sure.
King. What a king.
Is that all?
I don't know. I screwed up?
What I don't know what happened.
What do I do when I want to step in, but I'm genuinely scared of the guy that's being creepy as well? I don't know, redirect? Hey, let's go play a game. Or just whip out your phone and record it all. Get that sweet, that's the sweet Reddit up dudes.
Streamers doing dumb stuff live on stream is nothing out of the ordinary. Throughout the years, we have seen countless people on Twitch and YouTube do the craziest shit, get cancelled, and eventually move on like nothing ever happened. But every now and then, something happens where the entire social media world comes together and agrees that a streamer has done something horribly wrong. And not only that, they got caught red-handed live on stream with 4K resolution. This is what happened to a highly regarded streamer in the Smash world named Mang0. For those of you who don't know, Mang0 is a highly respected Smash player and streamer. He's well known in the gaming community and often collaborates with popular creators like Ludwig and Miskiff, making him a prominent figure both in competitive gaming and on streaming platforms such as Twitch. He grew popular in the streaming world thanks to his impressive achievements.
What is this guy's voice? Why does he sound like he's trying to be in a horror movie?
In the Smash community and the high-profile collaborations he's had with many well-known creators and esports players such as the ones I just listed. And because of that, that's why he was able to.
When you married Melina, were you guys poly going in, or was that something that was discussed after marriage? We were going to get married and I really wanted to marry her because she was super hot, but she said that I was so ugly and hideous that she would never get with me unless she could have bulls constantly come into the house for me to cry about in person. And I said, okay. And I gave in because I knew that. No, she was probably when we met. I never heard of the concept before. And then she introduced me to it. I was like, fuck yeah.
To attend Ludwig's Mario Kart event. In case you're not familiar, Mario Kart is a tournament hosted by Ludwig where streamers compete in Mario Kart with a twist. They have to take drinks whenever instructed, and that's what led to the events that everyone has been speaking about yesterday over on Twitter. During the event, there were multiple instances where Mang0 sexually harassed female streamers Maya and ExtraEmily. While Maya and ExtraEmily were just chilling and chatting like they usually do, Mang0 suddenly appeared and started humping the back of Maya's chair in one clip.
We're not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mang0, on the other hand. No. He's humping toes. No.
End the stream. End it.
End the stream, Mang0 said.
End the stream.
And in another clip,
Why did you say that? Oh my God. Do you remember, what was it? Was it an Asian girl streaming in some country and the guy tried to like reach forward and turn her stream off?
Please, no. You can, but I'm just trying to ask. Yes, I know you can, but it's just, let's just talk this out for a little while. Please, I really don't want you to go just yet because I want to say proper goodbyes. You know I'm leaving on Wednesday. You can at least like make it worthwhile.
Behavior like this would maybe get you kicked out of a bar, but no way would you get banned. Really? I feel like bars are very big on trying to attract women. That's why you get like the women's like free drinks nights or women half off nights or whatever. I feel like bars are really big because you don't want to, because if you have a bar and it's like an unsafe spot for women, it's just gonna be all dudes, and I feel like nobody would go.
Please.
Destiny, normal people don't care about exclusive celebrity / streamer parties. My dude, I'm not talking about exclusive celebrity or streamer parties. Women have to deal with this at every social outing they go to where there are going to be men involved. I'm not trying to sound dramatic.
I'm saying please right now. Way too many times. Just keep silent.
Oh my god, why move? Why? Why did you move?
I didn't do it on purpose, so. I didn't do it on purpose. Anyhow, please.
No, I wanna go to.
Jesus. What did he do? He got up and he took her phone and he like turned the stream over so that the stream wouldn't see him with her.
It's out for a little while.
And he talks his way through it. Let me move this out. Like, it's really fucking weird. Good times.
Acting very weird, he started playing with Emily's hair and tapping the top of her head, even though Ludwig was trying to get him to stop multiple times. And ExtraEmily was clearly weirded out, but was playing along for the sake of her stream.
You hold her hair. Let her beat the bitch up. Don't beat her.
You guys are amazing.
I won't let her beat you up.
Thank you, Lud. That was so fun. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you for beating. What?
I can ask.
What's your final placing?
I got second in the worst cup.
It's about red shells. What the hell is that? It's not bad.
Right?
Borderlands 1 are actually good.
What?
Borderlands 1 are good.
It was fun. I loved it. I love Borderlands 4. But this was the best day ever. 10-hour stream. Oh, great. Voluminous.
She only watched that shit once. Emily.
But if that wasn't bad enough, he took it even further by humping her with quite literally a cutout of himself.
Why? Ooh.
Oh, we didn't see this one.
Wait, she can't do drugs? Okay, all right.
Oh, Mang0's so funny. Okay. I'll just end it with my child. I'll be my karaoke. Okay, bye.
And after the event, as clips of his behavior started to surface all over social media, many people demanded that Ludwig, the host of the event, address the situation, and Ludwig responded by banning Mang0 from all of his future events.
So I feel really bad about that. And, you know, I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also, and I already told Mang0 this, I'm no longer inviting Mang0 to Mogul Moves events. Because, like, you know, it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like, the whole point of an event is like it's a fun thing to do, have a good ass time. And if somebody appearing jeopardizes somebody else having a good time, that just can't be a thing. Now I see a lot of dialogue on like broader implications. I'm only worried about my team, my events, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't speak for the Melee community. I'm not like championing any other action.
And at this point, Mang0 was already receiving.
This is proof that Ludwig has no idea how to judge vibes. Is that a reference to our history?
And this is real. I've only ever hung out with Destiny one time. I got everybody in the room to play this game, but I remember he comes in and I go, cheese ball? And he goes, no. And ever since then, I was like, hey, just like every other human on this earth, I hope he does well. I hope he does good things. But the vibes aren't there for me.
I just think for a guy, it's hard to see stuff like this going on. It's just not something men think about at all, unless it comes to other men doing it. But then, again, that's going to end in a fight. Right.
So much backlash on damn near every relevant social media platform. Eventually, Mang0 took accountability and apologized publicly, saying he would also apologize to Maya and ExtraEmily and everyone else.
Also, how long was this going on for when he says, like, I was drunk? Sometimes I feel like this thing happens, but also I might be, I think I'm classified as a binge drinker, okay? When I drink, this is how I drink, okay? We go, if my levels of drunkenness can be measured, it's like, have a drink, and then like, have a drink, and then drink. And then this is like, okay, now we need time to sober up. Sometimes I feel like when people talk about, oh, I was drunk, that they're like they're drunk for the whole night. Do they like pace themselves so that they're optimally drunk the entire time? I don't know. This is like so weird. Maybe this all happened in like the course of 30 minutes though. I'm not sure.
He harmed personally, and as I'm making this video, he released another statement admitting he's struggling with drinking. Feels that
How much water are you drinking? I try to pair, it's supposed to be 1 drink of water per 1 drink you have. It's like a drink of water per glass of wine or per shot of alcohol. I probably don't do quite that much, but I try to drink as much water as I can.
Let people down, recognize his past, enabling from others, and commits to quitting drinking, working on improving himself. In my opinion, what Mang0 did was clearly wrong. His actions crossed personal boundaries.
Do you think most streamers act like Mang0 off stream? If this wasn't caught on camera, do you think Mang0 would still be invited to these types of events? I feel like he probably would be because, again, I don't think the women would complain that much. And I don't think the men would have noticed that much. And it seems like Ludwig made this response or made the statement in response to the public backlash, not because he saw anything himself, unfortunately. But as much as people are, attacking Mang0 here, I feel like this is just generally, again, okay, quick journey into Soyville, all right? This is just kind of like the lived experience of women. You just have to deal with this. Guys will get drunk. Guys act like very creepy. They'll push boundaries constantly. And you're kind of expected to just like sit and laugh through it all and be a good sport and maybe get not super likely, but and then if it happens, it happens. And like, you're not supposed to really say anything. And if you do, you're a massive who is a vibe destroyer. I feel like that's kind of the lived experience of women through a lot of these like parties and a lot of these environments. And I think one of the disappointing things about people not being aware of that is it just makes all of these environments a lot, I don't like to use the word unsafe because it sounds so dramatic, but it just if you're a guy and you go to a party, you're just going to a party. You don't think about anything else. But if you're a woman and you're going, there's just like so much other shit and stuff that you have to think about or worry about, and it's a much more complicated interaction, oftentimes because of stuff like this. Like you just don't feel as safe in the environment.
Crossed personal boundaries and obviously made others uncomfortable for obvious reasons. And like always, it's important to hold people accountable for behavior like this. However, for now, we have to wait and see what consequences follow and whether real change will come from his commitment to improve and whether or not he'll end up getting banned on Twitch.
What percentage of men do you think are like that around women? Unironically, without exaggerating, probably about anywhere from like 20 to 50%.